Hey Posh Hearts, sorry for the lateness. I was having some technical difficulties, but I am here now. So we are going to be talking about Vial today and just going over kind of just the basics of Vial and how you can talk about how you can use it, market this to your customers. So this was something that was barely announced, obviously, last week at the Leader Revolution in Vegas, and we had a chance to try out Vial. We had some that we got to take home with us, and it was a really great opportunity for us to really get our hands on it. And I honestly, I wish that I had taken the time to try out every single color, because I really can't wait to get my hands on more colors. So it's going to be available sometime this week. We don't know exactly when yet, but we do know some basics. So there was a graphic that I posted on Vial's sneak peek information, so be sure to take a look at that. But basically what you need to know is that initially Vial is going to be available in this tin. This is the what do we call it? This is the tin. I guess that's what it's called. I thought it was called something else. But the tin is $49. You will get PV on it. You will earn perks on it. So that's pretty amazing. So this is going to basically be like any other product that we have, but this is a special line extension. So this isn't something that you will see in the catalog, obviously, and this is basically going to be available for as long as we want it, for as popular as demand dictates, right? So the tin is going to be what comes first. This tin will hold 3 different sticks here, and currently you can buy this. This is how you can purchase it initially, okay? So it fits the tin, the stuff like that. And so it fits 3 in here, and the tin's $49 for 3. You can pick a primer and 2 lip colors, or a primer, a color, and a topper. And that is our gloss here. So by themselves, when they become available by themselves, like additional colors and stuff, they will be $18 each. So it's a very comparable price. So something to think of, something to keep in mind is that yes, people will need this tin to get started on it, especially if they want to get going with it immediately. There are 5 different colors that will be available and 1 gloss. I think that this is a very, very fun way for everybody to take a look at this line extension. So if you guys remember the summer store, or if you guys remember, well, obviously Fizzy, all those are our line extensions. So those, summer store was first. We learned a few things. We tweaked it, and so then we had Fizzy, and then now we have Vial. And what makes Vial unique is that, or what's different from all the other line extensions, is that this is something that you have to purchase from a consultant, but you can purchase through your website. So you don't necessarily need to stock up on a ton of inventory in order to sell this. So you can have 1 or 2 colors or testers, or just market it to your customers and direct them to the website to order, which is fabulous because they can earn perks, and it will ship directly to them, and you don't need to worry about having any inventory on hand. So if Fizzies weren't for you, or if the summer store wasn't for you, this is something to take a look at. This is something that is a very the whole idea of this is it's another thing to add to our pampering line, okay? So we've had lip stains in the past. Those of you guys that have been around for that long remember the lip stains, and we had some really big fans of the lip stains. Now, we've never had anything like this, anything specific like this. And I do encourage all of you to read up on it, be more knowledgeable about it before you talk about it to your customers, so that you are able to field questions and to really help them out the best you can. I really don't know if I don't think this is quite comparable to any other lip stains that you might be thinking of. It is comparable in terms of price, but in terms of how the product itself, it is very unique to Posh because we are using a green chemistry, if you will. So it's a natural based technology that was developed basically for us, exclusively for us. No one else has this technology, and it's a green, we call it green chemistry because it's a natural thing. So if you take a look at the website, the stainwithoutshame.com website, it'll give you some more information on it. But basically what it is it uses fermented desert date oil to bind the color to your lips. So if you're wondering if you can use these things separately, you definitely can. The lip color is actually quite long lasting by itself. At least when I had it on my arm. If you guys saw the swatches, I had the swatches on my arm, and I actually purposely left the swatches on like the entire day. So from about lunchtime to bedtime, I had the swatches on, and they weren't coming off, they weren't flaking off or anything like that, and they stayed really well. I didn't put primer on it. So the color, I think themselves, depending on your eating habits and how much you like lick your lips and stuff, I think that they could last a while too. However, I haven't tried it out, so keep that in mind. But yes, you can use the primer. You can use the lip color without the primer. You can use the gloss without the lip color, etc. Okay, so the primer really just binds the color to your lips very naturally without any pain or anything like that. So if you were looking for something that is gentle and safe for, everybody, then this is something to take a look at, okay? So that is what makes this unique from anything else that you're finding, is that you're not going to find anything else that has this fermented desert date oil, okay? So that is really the biggest thing, is that so that is the thing that that's something to really keep in mind when you are applying the product, because when I first used it in the video that we did here in the team page, I had no prior knowledge of exactly how it worked or how much I needed to use or how I should apply it or anything like that. I just knew step 1, step 2, step 3, right? And I didn't actually, so I basically went into it as I think anyone who's excited to get something, you're just delving in and you're not entirely sure anything, how to use it, right? Well, then we learned how to use it, and that's what I want to make sure that I show you guys or tell you guys about, is that a little bit is really all you need. Like, as with all Posh products, right? You really only need a tiny bit of primer, tiny bit of color. The color is so highly pigmented and it spreads so easily that when I put this on earlier today, I really thought I basically you want to pull out the doe foot applicator and get all this color off. Just start getting it all off, and then that was pretty much all you'll need. So what's really cool about that is that it spreads very easily. You don't need a whole lot, so it'll last a long time. But if you're testing this with customers, and you get, the doe foot applicator sampler thingies, you can get those at beauty supply stores. You can get them at on Amazon, or you can use a Q-tip if that's what you have on hand. But you can just use a tiny little bit for your customer, and they will be able to see how far it goes, okay? So this is how you use the primer. So first of all, like I said, you would take the primer, and I already have color on my lips, otherwise I'd show you guys. But this is the Love the Wine You're With, and this is something that I applied like 7 hours ago, and this is where it's at. So I haven't done touch-ups or anything like that. If you look at the website, it does recommend that you do touch-ups after you eat, especially if you eat like oily or greasy foods. That's what takes it off, is that oil and grease. However, I didn't eat a whole lot of oily or greasy. It did come off a little bit when I did have some oily food, but not enough for me to feel like I really needed to reapply. But you can read the website for that. But when you're using the primer, it tells you how to do it, but I'm just going to go over it really quick because they demoed it for us at in Vegas, and it was super helpful. So you basically take out the wand and you get off the excess, and then you apply, so from middle, left, then right, rub your lips together, and then finish off the parts you missed, so like your Cupid's bow. So then you let it sit, and then it's going to start becoming tacky, okay? And that is really important because that's what it needs to do in order to bind the color. So I still am unsure exactly how long you should be waiting, and I think it depends on how much you put on, and it depends on the person. But I put on a little bit today, and I kind of sat there for a little bit. Not very long, maybe 10 seconds or something, and I didn't feel it being super tacky, but I'm not sure if I didn't, whatever. I don't know if I waited long enough. But then I applied the color. So again, you do the same thing where you do left to right, right, from middle, left, right, rub your lips together, and then finish off your Cupid's bow. But if you do that, and you see that it's not coming off. So I can't tell if that's my finger or if but you know what I mean. So, that's how you want to apply it. The gloss is optional. Something to keep in mind with the gloss is that it is going to take the color off a bit. And a little bit is really all you need. So I think when I used it that first time in that video, I used way too much because I didn't blot off any of it. I just went straight from the tube to my lips. So that is how you're going to use it. That's how you want to teach your customers to use it. If you want it to be tacky, you want to use a little tiny bit. It's almost like the lip scrubs. You want to use even like less than what you think you need, pretty much, right? So that's how you're going to want to apply it. And you want to let your customers know that what makes this different is that it has that green technology, which not only does it bind the color to your lips, it also locks in the moisture. So if you see, I did not put the gloss on today, and I actually, so I ate lunch, and then I went out for like an hour-long walk. I was supposed to run, but I just walked fast. But it was super windy, and it was just like, it's cold outside, and it was slightly dry because of the weather, really, but it wasn't anything. I didn't come back inside and feel like I needed come back in feeling like I needed any moisture. So it was actually really good. I felt really good about it because of the matteness. Sometimes matte lip products can be very drying to your lips, and I haven't felt like that at all today. So that is good to know as well. We will have different toppers available, so if you're not like a gloss girl, I do know that I think Anne said there are different toppers that are going to be available as well. But initially it's going to be available in the 3-pack in the tin. And you can also get the demo kit, which has, if you look at the graphic, it tells you everything about it. The demo, there's also a demo carrying bag. You can get the doe feet, which you can also get online, so I'm not entirely sure what the pricing is, but you can get it with perks, I think, so that's pretty cool. And then the booster pack, which has the 5 basic colors, so the 5 initial basic colors, 2 primers, and 1 gloss topper, okay? So if you are somebody that is wanting to delve in and you want all of them, then the booster pack is a great idea. If you just want to get a couple and try it out, you could always do a couple of tins and then grab some of the sample cards. The sample cards are these here that come with the primer, Love the Wine You're With, and Stop Blushing. I don't know if there will be different ones. I think this is what we have currently of the 2 colors. I'm not sure, but that's all I've seen, so that's what I'm thinking will be available. But you could do something like that. Like you could get 2 colors that aren't on this, and then you can grab these. It comes 20 to a package, and then you can do it like that. I have seen people buy like the doe, like mini lip gloss samples so that they can share with their customers. I would love to try that out and let you guys know how I feel about it. So that will be a minute before I do that. But yeah, so my biggest recommendation to you is to not compare this to anything else that you are thinking of, because this is something that's completely different from everything that's on the market. There are other lip stains in the world, of course, but this one has a different way of using it. You don't need the gloss. You do need the primer, helps bind the color, but it also locks in the moisture. So that's pretty cool. David, our product development guy, also said that the gloss is actually really great as a moisturizer as well. There's a lot of really great things in the gloss. So if you wanted to use a gloss at night or something like that, you could totally do that to help kind of rejuvenate your lips. And then when you're done using it, basically anything, any oil or grease, anything like that, any oil, like lip oil, lip scrub, Bare It All, any makeup remover will remove this. So if you guys see currently, it's not coming off here, right? But if I wanted to just get like Preach Peach or some other lip oil or lip scrub, it'll come off pretty easily. Or if I want to use a Bare It All wipe, it'll come off as well. So it's very easy to remove, which is very cool. But this is something that I think is a great product for Those that are a little bit shyer about using lip color, there are a lot of different colors. They're not all as bold as this one, but if you want to try bold, this is a really great way to do it. You don't have to worry about it getting everywhere, and it's very simple to use. The colors are designed to be good for all skin colors and all that stuff, so it's very easy. There's no guessing game. So if you just want to I guess, take care of yourself and pamper yourself, and this is a really fun way to do it. So this is just another fun little Posh treat. So keep that in mind. Like I said, I'm still testing this out and seeing how far I can go with this. However, I do like that it lasts through eating a meal. So sometimes I don't necessarily need a lip color to last like all day, and maybe I'm going out for the night or something, but I do want something that will last through a meal. And this is what I'm really excited to use this for, is that sometimes I'm kind of weird like that. If I'm not going to have it on for super long, I don't apply anything, especially if I'm going to eat. I know that I'm going to wipe it off, so I'm excited that this lasted me through lunch and dinner and drinks and all that fun stuff. So I think this is a really great product, and I know a lot of you guys have been kind of looking forward to something like this, so hopefully you guys like it. Sorry, my throat is like super dry, but see, like, I drank the water and no color is coming off, so I can drink, I can do stuff without leaving marks everywhere, which I really like. Alright, sorry, I'm like super thirsty today. Okay, does anyone have any questions? Or anything that you guys want me to answer? Anything that you guys want to add? I am excited for this to come out. We don't know exactly when it's coming out. We just know it's sometime this week. I would be prepared to have this, hopefully see this before Friday, but I don't know, maybe Friday, maybe, I don't know. Who knows? I have no idea. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to post them. I basically wrapped up my whole summary already, but I do think this is a really great way for a lot of you to kind of relaunch your businesses. So if you are someone who is you kind of been around for a while and you don't really know how to get going, this is a really fun way to get your business relaunched. Basically treat it like you just started again, and treat it like your 90-day props, right? Your 90-day goals, and do a launch party and have a fun little lippy party or something like that, and use this as a way to introduce this to your customers and get your business relaunched. So, alright, so I do not see any questions. But I will be back on later, so if you guys do have any questions, be sure to comment below, and as we are getting these in and the different colors and stuff, I would love to see you guys post some pictures, just so we can see all the different colors on everybody and see how beautiful they are. So I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful night. See you guys.